Alright guys, so for today's video, I have some pretty big news to share with you guys. Clash Royale is changing the card conversion rates for the Elite Wildcards. Now, when I first saw this, I was pretty excited, and then that excitement quickly turned into disappointment, sadly. I thought, like many of you guys probably, that they were probably going to make changes to the Elite Wildcards because it's pretty absurd that you need 50,000 Elite Wildcards to get a card from 14 to 15. It turns out these changes they made that are coming out June 30th, they announced a maintenance break, is going to make things even harder to get level 15 for the majority of players, especially free-to-play players. So you can see here, and after I read you guys all these changes, I'll say what they originally were. So for the common, rare, and epic, you are getting less than you did before. So for the common, it says here 1 elite wildcard after the change. Before, for commons, it was 2. For rares, you're getting 5 elite wildcards. Before, for rares, it was 10. For epics, you're getting 20, and before, you were getting 50. Now, I will say, the legendary and the champion ones are a lot better, but this is only going to benefit players who are fully maxed or people who can spend a lot of money. The legendary's 1500, before the legendary was 200, so that's actually a very, very big jump. And the champion is 4000, before it was 500. Now that sounds all good and dandy, but here's the problem, guys. Players who are free to play, and honestly just the vast majority of players, I would say like 95% of players, don't have all the champions maxed, or all the legendaries maxed, or even all of them unlocked. So basically, this doesn't really help them or apply to them. Most players in the game were more concerned about the commons, the rares, and the epics because they're getting those way more frequently, and I'll show you guys kind of exactly what I'm talking about. Also, guys, I just want to show you guys, and just keep in mind, this change is actually bad for everyone, and I'll explain that why first. So, this is a community manager, right? Alright, breaking the news down. The average total amount of Elite Wildcards players can naturally earn from conversion each month is neither buffed nor nerfed. The goal is to make conversion rates for legendaries and champions feel better, which they are. So now it's true that the champion one is better. Now that you're getting 4,000, that's a lot better. So now you only need 12 or 13 to get a card from 14 to 15 as opposed to 100, because before it was just 500, which is only, 1% of what you need. So that is good, but again, this is only going to benefit the top like 3% of players. And here's the other bad thing, and this applies to people who already upgraded some cards to level 15 or converted stuff. There is no compensation for already converted magic items. So that means before, though all those legendaries and champions you converted, which a lot of people already did for wildcards, you're not going to be getting that amount that you would be getting if you waited into June 30th. So a lot of people got ripped off there, which is the other part that's really bad about all of this. And I wanted to show you guys one more thing the community manager said, because it's literally just proving that they do not care at all about the free-to-play players or just how the players feel or about progression in general. And their main, I guess, incentive is to make money. I mean, this is kind of proving it right here. In fact, some people were happy that the community manager, I saw on Reddit, some people were happy that they're at least being transparent and honest. Why can't you guys just increase the conversion rate of legendary and champions instead of decreasing the value of common, rares, and epics? Yeah, so this is a great point. If they did just, if they kept the commons, rares, and epics the same, this honestly would have been fantastic. Everyone would have been happy, and they would still be making boatloads of money off this level 15 update anyway, but instead, they just had to ruin a potential opportunity, to make the community happy and potentially forgive them a little bit, and this is their reasoning. Because that would mean increasing the total amount of elite wildcards players can naturally earn from conversion each month. I know that's not what you want to hear, but the goal is to not change the baseline. So in other words, they don't want to change the baseline because they want to keep making money. I mean, honestly, guys, it's just getting harder and harder to defend them for these decisions. It's just becoming more and more clear they don't really care about the community keeping players, certainly not about free-to-play players, and they're just trying to make money. I mean, each day this goes on and these new things keep happening. Like, I was just shocked about these conversion changes. I was just mind blown. It's like unbelievable at this point. So I made a tweet as well that has a lot of support, almost 500 likes, and I said, so basically this is better for max players who get a lot of legendaries and champions, or they might already have them, but awful for free-to-play players because they don't have a lot of them. And I'm not the only one who thinks this. B-Rad made a tweet as well saying, I could be mistaken, this is my first impression, this seems to benefit the spenders and it hurts the free-to-play players. King's chests now give way more value and the cheaper chests give a lot less. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And this is exactly what it feels like. This could have been an amazing change if they didn't touch the commons, rares, and the epics. Just give more value for the legendaries and champions. It's already insane that you need 50,000 elite wildcards. They could at least have done, even if they just made the legendary and champion change and kept the common rares and epics the same, it would still be absurd what they're, charging to upgrade cards from 14, 15, but at least it would be slightly better, at least a little bit better, Sir Tag as well made a tweet saying, taking things away is not the play. Huge W if you kept common, rare, and epics the same while buffing the broken conversion rates of legendaries and champions. This hurts all players that don't have max legendaries and champions to take advantage of the redistributed values. Clash Royale deserves a W for everyone with no downsides. Please reconsider the rates and just buff champions and legendaries instead. And yes, exactly, this is what needs to be done. And yeah, guys, all this change is doing is just benefiting max players and people who can spend money. I mean, this is just another slap in the face, basically, to free-to-play players, which the whole update was to begin with, but it's like, now there's this. Anyways, guys, for elite wild cards per gem, this is the old, right? The lightning was, this is what you're getting, the amount of elite wild cards per gem. So before, the lightning chest gave 2.3, the fortune gave 1.9, the legendary's king chest gave 1.4. Now it's kind of flipped, so the legendary king chest is giving more value after these changes. You're getting 3 elite wild cards per gem as opposed to just 1.4, and the fortune you're only getting 1.08. Lightning 1.1. So again, it's like, this benefits people that can buy a bunch of legendary king chests, I guess. And yeah, guys, this decision is so bad. The Clash Royale Twitter account actually got ratioed, which I don't think I've ever seen happen before this. Their tweet has 1,700 likes, right? Bag replied and said, when I'm in a kill a game competition and my opponent is Supercell. It's that Squidward meme. And it has over 2,100 likes. I liked it too because, like, honestly, guys, I'm in disbelief that this is happening. I mean, maybe after the first few wrong decisions, Clash Royale, the devs, like, we could feel like we could forgive them, and it's, like, kind of understandable. They just made a mistake, right? Like, the update for losers and all that, we were like, okay, it was one bad update. But it's like, there was all this stuff, after that, before the level 15 update, and now that there's this, and it's like, the conversion rates they made even worse. It's like, when is enough enough? Like, when are they going to do something that's actually good? It's just, guys, it's hard to be positive after bad decision, bad decision, bad decision. That's why the past couple weeks I've been making a lot of these types of videos where I'm just kind of like giving my opinion and I just want to like speak my mind. And it's kind of nice to know a lot of you guys feel the same way I do, and I think a lot of you guys really appreciate these videos I'm making too. I mean, I don't necessarily enjoy making these types of videos, but I feel like they need to be made because it's just, I gotta like, you guys can tell, I'm kind of upset this video. I mean, it's just disappointing. I'm really disappointed. I don't think, Clash, the devs are right now, doesn't feel like they care really about the community. They're just trying to make a quick buck, and I don't know, but let me know what you guys think.